Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and I want to talk about Ellie from The Last of Us. And the reason why I want to talk about it because I remember watching a stream of some people. I can't remember what the stream was, but they were discussing The Last of Us and the DLC Left Behind or whatever. And I remember somebody was on the panel talking about how originally Riley was supposed to be a guy, and it was supposed to show Ellie's losing her first love or stuff like that, which was originally a guy. And it was changed when some of the writers, I guess the writers had left Naughty Dog during that time, which gave Neil Druckmann the full control over it. And they rewrote it where they made it where it was Riley. Riley is now not a guy, but is a girl. And I was like, damn, you know what? It gets you thinking, like, instead of like killing off this 12-year-old girl, right? Because she was 12 at the time, wouldn't it make sense to see if she can pass her immunity on to children? You know what I'm saying? Or see, like, because I feel like killing her was really extreme when you could have tested her on different things. You know, testing her for testing to see if the geneticness of everything could happen. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm quite sure they had like those creatures and they probably tested them to see how everything goes, because you would need to have them tested. And I just was like, oh my god, that could be interesting, because instead of her being a lesbian, which is kind of dumb, which, you know, again, don't really care that Ellie's gay, but I'm just saying for like story wise, it really wouldn't make sense to make her LGBT. It would make sense for her to stay a straight character, because then think about it. If she have kids, what if her children are, you know, genetically immune to the virus? So then they can keep if they have kids with other, I mean, if they have children with other people, that could create more, you get what I'm saying, immune people, which Ellie can kind of be like a messiah kind of figure, if that makes sense. I'm not saying that she should, but it's an interesting concept. And it's just like, what if we take some of her skin, what if we take her blood and then tested it with one of the clickers and see what is inside of her bloodstream, or maybe it's something in her skin. Maybe if we can figure out what her genetic line is, that could be the reason why she's immune to the disease and not getting affected. There was always so many choices to take besides saying like, hey, Ellie's now this LGBT character. Joel, you know, because now they try to make it seem like Joel is a monster for protecting her and saving her because he didn't want her to die or whatever after bonding with her for almost a year, or for a year or something like that, or however many it was. I can't remember. It's been a while since I played the game, but it looks like it's more than just a couple of months. But anyway, just the fact to see, like, oh man, could you imagine, like, if she did have children? I know it would be like traumatic because then you have to test the children or whatever to see what their immunity is, but it would give humanity more hope, because it would be something to pass down. You get what I'm saying? Like, I always thought, like, wouldn't it be interesting to see if her bloodstream or something like that? Like, I've always wondered why they never tested other things. Like, maybe it's something, maybe her hair follicles, maybe something from her skin. You know what I'm saying? Maybe there was certain lotion or something like she put on. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's always so many things besides, oh, let's cut up or open her brain and then that's it. And then now let's make her gay, so she really can't physically have kids with a person unless she, you know what I'm saying, because she's into women. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those, I never really thought about, like, damn, you know, instead of going the dumb route of making her that, it was like, damn, the smartest thing what it is to have her as an adult. I mean, as a straight character, because then the next game you can always have, like, if you want to say The Last of Us or whatever, stuff like that, somebody find out Ellie's immune, and even though Joel tried his best to whatever, and then, you know, one night the place was ransacked or whatever, or she's a little bit older and she has kids or whatever and stuff like that. And maybe while she was out, the village got attacked or something like that. Somebody was able to get in there. They didn't really want nothing. They just knew that Ellie had kids, and they think that the children might be the key to everything or whatever and stuff like that. And maybe somebody might have took one of her children or something like that. That could have really been way more interesting than what they did right there. I know I'm just spitballing things, but if you really think about it, having children in danger, mostly throughout a pandemic or whatever, would be way more interesting than, if this is revenge for killing my dad, even though he was trying to protect his daughter that he developed, over time. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't make any sense to kill a 12-year-old child without their permission. You know what I'm saying? I always thought about, like, damn, y'all could have easily did this, but I know they didn't want to do it. I don't know why they didn't want to do it, but it would have been great for them to do it, because it would have made a lot of more sense, and it would have been a little bit more personal. Because even though Joel lost his family, he created a family with Ellie, and now he gets to see Ellie grow up and have kids of her own or whatever and stuff like that. So that could be something that would have been super interesting to kind of see. I think that probably would have been way better for The Last of Us than Last of Us 2 than whatever the hell they gave us with Last of Us 2. And then you can see Joel was like sacrificing himself to protect, Ellie and his grandkids or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would love to see that, because it'll be like a generational kind of thing or whatever and stuff like that. And after Ellie, maybe Ellie rescued one of her children. Like, she could probably have like 3 or 4 children. Who knows? It doesn't really matter at this time. And Joel, her and Joel go, because I guess the fireflies or whatever thing done kind of resurfaced. They notice a girl who looks almost just like Ellie, and that could actually be a good reason for the reason why. And they think that was Ellie, even though that wasn't Ellie, it's one of her children or something like that. And Ellie was telling Joel, like, we got to hurry up and get to Seattle because I got to rescue my daughter. You know what I'm saying? And then they agree or whatever, and they go through a whole journey and stuff like that. And then, towards the end, Joel sacrificed himself to save, Ellie and the kids. And then, after Ellie defeats whoever she needs to defeat, she heads back home with her children and her other kids, or maybe some other family members might be like, where's Joel? And she kind of looks sad or whatever. And the game can kind of go off like that or whatever, like where she's trying to explain to everyone what happened to Joel and how he was a great man, including her children who was too young to understand about what their grandfather went through. You know what I'm saying? I think that would be a little bit more powerful of a story than wherever the hell we got with Last of Us 2. But I mean, it's just my little thoughts. No, I'm not saying that, it's true or not, but I was just saying, I think somebody was saying, when somebody was on stream saying that, I'm not saying that it's true. I'm just going by what was said on that stream, and it just kind of made me think about, like, wow, it could have totally been something different if Ellie was straight. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my personal opinion, and me just like spitballing an ideal or whatever. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Tell me what you guys think. What do you think they should have did for The Last of Us Part 2? Honestly, I know a lot of people said that they shouldn't even have continued past The Last of Us Part 1, which I definitely agree. But I'm just saying, if you had to do a Part 2, do you think it would have been a smart idea for Ellie to be a straight character that had children? That way she can probably pass on the immunity to her kids through genetic means? Or do you like the fact that she's lesbian and she lost Joel early in the game, and she did all of that just to lose 2 fingers and the family with Dina? But you let me know. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.